glad to have you again on Covenant Marriages, where we have real conversations to strengthen and build your marriage. My name is Eunice.
My name is Omo. Today we're discussing a very important topic: expressions of love in marriage. Public display of affection, that's PDA, or not. Eunice.
Covenant Marriages will be right back. Remember to follow us on all of our socials at Covenant Marriages and share this video with a friend or two because they will be blessed. Welcome back to Covenant Marriages. We are going to introduce our guests to you. They are the Somolus. They've been married for 18 years. 2 days ago was their 18th anniversary.
Yeah.
Amazing. Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Somolu, to the show today.
Thank you.
I love your
so
smile. Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, it's something.
18 years. Homo.
Yeah.
18.
That's 10 years, my senior. And that's why you are here, so that you can teach us.
So that we can learn.
Yes, that's why you are here.
Before you go in, before we start asking you questions about how you met and all, and how it's been married for 18 years, can you just tell us a bit about yourself? We would love our viewers to know you and know what you do and all of that.
Okay.
You want to go first?
Okay. All right. My name is Fadekemi. Oluwa Fadekemi, actually. Somolu. I'm a baker. I'm a mother of 3. We have 2 daughters and a son.
Wow.
I'm a lover of God. I love to sing. And what else?
You're creative with your hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm from a large family, and I have 6 siblings, so we're 7. We have just 1 brother, so 6 girls, and a brother. I'm the second of the 7 children.
Wow.
And my father passed on just about a year ago, about 3 more days to a year now. And he was a lover of children, so he had us plenty. If he had his way, he would still continue to try for more sons. Well, we're 7, and I'm from a large family. That's one point of difference, even from my husband. Anyway, when he introduces himself, I'll let him go.
Ayodeji Somolu. Can I say I'm the first or second? I had an elder brother. So we're from a smaller family. So we're just 2, myself and my sister, who doesn't stay in the country. So I'm just about the only one around. I'm into marketing communications, so I'm a copywriter.
Excellent.
So I come up with ideas for adverts and things like that. And I love writing witty prose and just about life in general.
So you write a lot of poems for her and...
Yeah, I used to. Well, but
You need to be careful. I want him to cast himself in public. The look she gave him now.
I used to now, but
yes, he used to.
but you know,
Life
sometimes-
happens.
Life happens, but doesn't mean
you can pick
my
it up again,
heart
right?
is not there. And as I said, work in progress. So
Work in
we're going to
progress.
pick that up again. But okay, I should say we have 3 kids, and we've been married for 18 years on this Sunday, and it's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey, and if people ask what is the secret, yeah, you could say many things, but I personally would say, first of all, is God. I know it sounds like cliche.
I know, jumping ahead.
It's
Okay, but I would say it's God's mercy that has kept us, and we will explain further on later. But it's been a journey, and it's something we are still looking to God for His help and assistance. But really, 18 years, we give God thanks for that.
Hallelujah.
I love that they love to smile.
I'm telling you.
18 years, no tension,
That's a very
nothing.
matured marriage.
Yeah, an adult marriage.
Adult marriage. Marriage has entered adulthood.
I just heard that for the first time.
In 18 years, let me ask you, has marriage become a chore in terms of the affection you get or the affection you show? Have you ever gotten to that part where, here we go again? Tell us.
Just in case people don't know, when you get married, and thank God even Pastor has been teaching on this lately, when you get married, a lot of the love you feel is automatic. You're not even really thinking about it. It just comes naturally, especially at the before you get married and in the early years of marriage. Now, depending on how life happens to a particular couple can determine how that affection goes. So, but I think probably lots of marriages, especially marriages that have been this long, you'll find out that a lot of times that affection, it has to be a decision. It's not just a feeling. You might not even have that feeling, but because you have made a commitment, it's a decision that you make. So we've had a lot of instances like that where you just have to calm yourself down and just say, okay, what do I want? Do I want to win this argument, this situation, or do I want harmony? Do I want that kind of bonding? Do you want to be separated or do you want to get closer? So long and short, it's a decision. It doesn't just come naturally all the time.
Interesting.
Okay.
Ma'am?
All right. How should I say this?
In English.
That he's always teasing, by the way. That let me call it the way I used to call it then, the giz that makes you so affectionate before marriage, just as I said.
Yeah, sure.
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
I'm okay with
sorry.
it, no problem.
Not sure.
You know, it's just like you said, life you discover is routine. Just like our heart is always beating. And anytime our heart decides to say, this is too monotonous, let me put a little style, you know, and it does not just beat that, we end up in the hospital, you know. So you find out that you get into marriage, life takes over. As a wife, you have work, you have to take care of the home, you have to cook, you have to do all those life duties take over that. If you are not intentional about being affectionate, it will be left to maybe when it's your birthday or it's your
anniversary.
Now, over the years, I found out that I take joy in the little happenings in the home. There was a time I remember I wanted to let me take a break. I said, let me just go somewhere and refresh. But I found out that life can't stop for you to refresh in marriage. You are still there. Now you have children to take care of apart from your spouse. So inside the old routine, inside the old duties and everything you have to do, you take the break and remember to show affection. So we're always going through periodically, how are we, where are we, you know, and then it teases a lot. And so sometimes I can be a very moody person sometimes, and it teases and, you know, it just calms you down and life continues. So there will always be that moment. There have been days I wake up, why did I even say yes to this guy?
Wow.
Really? Yeah.
You're hearing that for the first time.
Are you hearing that for the
No,
first
but-
time? I'm sure it's just, it's part of his teasing. You know, and then there have been plenty more times that I count my blessings and I just, what did he just do?
You did like this. As if, yes.
I said, thank God it's him I have to do life with. So
Beautiful, very beautiful to hear. I hear a lot of stories behind your responses.
okay.
Are there things that you have gone through that has bonded you more together in the last 18 years? Is there any
Let's even start from even before we got married.
Okay.
Where we met. I went to serve my fatherland in Borno State.
Interesting.
This is okay. Yeah, went to serve my father. Well, NYSC. She was there. We met. That's where we met in
NCCF.
NCCF camp. Camp, and that's where we met. But nothing there. Nothing. In fact, my mind wasn't going there. Anyway, so one day, family house, if you know NCCF, Christian Corpus Fellowship. So I don't know what happened. Like after a couple of months, 4 months, I just saw her one day.
Wow.
And I just said, I don't know what happened, but I just felt, I might be interested there. But I didn't do, I'm always like covert. I don't do so I've just been quiet. But all of a sudden, and it's not as if we were meeting, you now hear the different people. Deji, have you seen she was the auntie then?
Yeah.
She was head of choir and was assistant prayer or
secretary.
something. So, and this one will come, another one will come, Mamo here, another Mamo there. Sister Kemi, auntie. I said, if my mind wasn't going there, I would have not. But because my mind was already going there. So one time, where she was in Medjugorje, I was in Baga. So that's like 3 hours drive, straight, no hold up. 3 hours. Then I need to get to where I was. And one day I just heard, she's coming to Baga. I said, So I just thought, yeah. But later she said,
Don't worry, I'll tell my story.
Yes. I love to hear
yes. So I think another thing that just connected us again was that month or so we're supposed to come back to Lagos Christmas time, and somehow we just jammed on the. Okay, normally I would fly to Medjugorje when I go to Medjugorje, but when I come back, I'll come by
bus.
by luxurious bus. So we just jammed on the luxurious bus. That's like
how many
19 hours, and we sat close
sat
to each
together.
other, by each other. So I just, things happened like that. She said, no, I'm going to drop out. She stayed in Abuja because I stay in Lagos. So she said, when she gets to Ibadan, she's going to drop and get to. We passed Ibadan around 3 a.m. I said, are you going to drop? So she had to follow me to my place in Ikeja. I said, don't worry, later in the morning, I'll take you to the bus park. And you go to. So even with 18 years, you go through so much. I want to say, did I make a mistake sometimes? But one thing both of us have decided, we used maybe Bible to kind of back us up. We said, look, David and Bathsheba, they were not supposed to be together, but God still worked it out. And I said, so even if we made a mistake, that's our attitude. We're saying if we made a mistake, but we're in a godly community, NCCF, everybody is Papa, Mamo, this one, that one. And so many of them were saying, this one, that everybody was pointing, but my mind.
A lot of matchmaking was going on. That's what you're trying to say. Matchmaking both
my
of you.
holy brothers and sisters. But if my mind wasn't already there, I won't take that. So it was more of confirmation. So what I'm trying to say is that even with all that confirmation, you can still go through things that would say, did we make a mistake? Did we have,
I need to clear myself. Okay, that was a joke. But really, I wasn't aware of anything that was going on.
Just like
It was covert. It was
No,
covert.
video of Zarephath. She didn't know that God sent her to. He said, I commanded the video to. She didn't know God had commanded.
I was an ESCO, and the other female ESCO that we were in, the Mamo, as we used to call her, we were supposed to visit all the. Medjugorje was the capital. So we're supposed to visit the other zones, and that's Bama and Baga.
Baga.
So when we were to go to Bama, I had something at work, so I couldn't go. She went. And then we picked a day to go to Baga, and something came up. She couldn't go. So it was just... So it was just myself. It was supposed to be an official and unofficial visit from the, you know, zone to... Yeah, he was a sub-esco and all that. So I didn't know anything like that was going on. He had not said anything to me. We just met through the orientation broadcasting station set up at camp by the NCCF. That was our first meeting with some other people. We had a show, you know, radio show and all that. That was it.
You both had a radio show that you were...
It wasn't just the two of us. About 4 or 5 of us, you know. So that was where we met on Sundays in camp, just to do like a Sunday service kind of stuff. So, you know, so that was where we met, and okay, we talk, and that was it. So he went to his own place of primary assignment. I was there in my degree and all that. So all this happening was towards the end of our service here. That, okay, I need to get to these zones before we hand over and all that. So I didn't know anything was in the coffee. I just know that towards the very end, was it the day we passed out or something? You now took me to one computer
cyber cafes.
Cyber cafe.
The whole of my degree at that time. So I knew we were going to separate. So GSM phones had just come out. So
but it was expensive.
It was I could have gotten mine, but there would be no point because there's nothing in my degree to even connect. They had not reached there yet. So I said, okay, let me come and help you open your email.
Wow.
So that's...
It was email,
as
man.
a copywriter.
Email.
I didn't know.
No, I was not even into copyright.
Trying to create a channel to keep the communication line open.
You had seen the future. Do you still use that email till now?
She has changed her name.
You opened the one.
I opened the new one.
Okay.
So speaking of affection, you know, when we hear affection in love or in marriage, people always think public display of affection. Are there other ways that we show affection one to another? Because affection in itself means fondness. But this is the question that you'll answer when we come back. Because right now, we're going on a short break. Please don't go anywhere. It's a good time to share the video with your friends and your neighbors, your church members, your colleagues, and maybe you also have that person that you are covertly looking at. Share the video. Covenant Marriages, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Covenant Marriages. We are talking about affection, and we are with the Somolus, who have been married for 18 years and have an interesting story of how they met. Before we went on our break, Omo asked a question, and we're talking about what are the types of affection, and for us to learn, considering that you're our, our seniors.
Well, should I say, fortunately or unfortunately, I, or maybe both of us, we are not that much into that PDA, or at least not the way people expect it to be. We may not be hugging and kissing every other second. I do a lot of teasing in the public. That's my own way of showing affection, or that I care, you know. So that's how I do that. But affection can come in different ways. I can remember one time where she was duped on Instagram.
No, that's not funny.
Oh, God.
Not funny.
She was duped on Instagram. So she sent some money for, was it food?
I should tell that story.
Yeah,
actually.
okay. She should tell us.
You know, I saw this farm or whatever, and I like buying things for the house in bulk. So I saw it, and the prices were not really ridiculous or anything. So I picked a few things and sent the money. I think it was 20,000, you know. And then I to cut a long story short, it was our people, not them. You know, and I was so, and I remember when I told him that, I saw this place, I'm always trying out new things, you know, patronizing someone I've never, I'm always, and he's always the more careful person. He said, do you know anybody that has bought from them before? I said, no, but the address is somewhere in Abeokuta. I grew up in Abeokuta. So, I know that area in Abeokuta. It never occurred to me that it could be scam. And it was a scam. Oh my God. I was shaking.
Humbled.
I was, as in, I couldn't even, I sat down there that evening when I realized what had happened, and I was thinking, how am I going to tell him? I can't keep this from him. I have to tell him I've been duped. It's the family money I just threw into the air like this, you know? And he kept, what is it? Nothing. Before I could muster up enough courage to say, okay, this is what happened. And he just came and it's okay. He could already see how I was already in pains. I was already being punished. You know, and I really was, I felt like it was just like the way Jesus just showed up. As in, I felt I didn't deserve it, especially because he asked, do you know anyone that has bought from these people? So that should have been a caution, but I was, I'm getting things in bulk for the house. You know, affection is just to show you care. It has nothing, it's non-sexual, but it's really that draw people together, even in a marriage union or marriage relationship. It's that just showing that you care, that kindness, that it can be in any way. So apart from public display, for me, what are you doing for me privately before you even go in front of everybody to show me that
Excellent.
you understand? Okay, what is the purpose of displaying your affection for me publicly if you are not showing me privately that you care for me? So I feel that PDA, public display of affection, has more value when PDA, private display of affection, has been sorted. You know, the public display of affection really, really has its place. It makes the person on the receiving end more comfortable. You feel secure that this person really loves me. This person has chosen me, you know, in front of it's celebrating me. It's, you know, it has its place. But that value, the value it has, is based, the foundation of that value is in what has been displayed privately. If privately you are being beaten up, you are being abused emotionally, verbally, or whatever, and then that public one is just a show, Facebook. You know?
Facebook picture.
It's just a show. If you go to Facebook, you can't find our 18th anniversary on Facebook from us. My sisters.
Siblings.
Yes. You know, that's, it's basically, I would just say people are different. So once you are in a relationship, in marriage, face your lane. Who is this man that I've married? You know, yes, you get all the general information about men, then you need to distill it with a funnel with this very one that I have married. And like I said, we're in this marriage is, I have married you, we're in this together.
Amazing. Yeah. Do you want to add to what she has said?
Well, I would just say, well, I know that it's something, I know in American politics to say that, in fact, if a politician is showing too much PDA, that means their marriage has an issue, and a lot of times something similar, it turns out to be a bit true. But really, that's why I brought out that example, that when you think about affection, don't just think about it, oh, let me just show that I love you, and just for, well, a lot of times it's more in the sensual that's the way PD kissing, hugging, and fondling, and all of that, cuddling. But just a simple hug, a simple holding of the hands.
Simple pat on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
Especially when
it's
you have lost
affection.
money.
It's affection. So, and that's what really matters. There is, you know, what can I say? How about when we lost the first pregnancy? And, you know, you have to think, I'm not going to mention the hospital, but it's a major hospital and all of that. And unfortunately, the baby was stillbirth. That was our first issue. And I just told her, don't look, because the hospital said I should go and get a bucket and put a bucket, and it's even us that needed to take care of it. You know, but I made sure, and I believe she followed the instruction. Don't look, because that thing can haunt you for the rest of your life. So I just said, don't look. It's a covered bucket. So I didn't even look. I just had to. They had already covered the bucket. I had to take it to another department to go and. Anyway, I don't want to give up the name, but it's affection doesn't have to be always. In fact, even touching. You're just what you're thinking. What can you do? Through words, through actions, what can you do to reduce grief, to reduce pain, in the life of your partner? So,
Wow. So sorry about the loss.
Oh.
thank you.
I mean, it's fresh to me because I'm just hearing it, and to us. But it's good to see that
the Lord blessed us with
overcame-
another baby that same year, Sha.
Wow. God is
It's the Lord
affectionate.
Amazing.
And that person is doing a jam today.
Wow. Can we talk about you coming from a large family?
She.
Yeah.
You coming from having
Petite.
just one sibling. How would you talk to us about affection for your family members, your in-laws, you know? Because I don't think affection should just be shown only to your spouse. So would you walk us through what are some things that has worked? How can people learn to show?
I'm not just from a large family, I'm from a large drama family.
And mine is opposite.
Large drama, typical Yoruba. My father actually was a Yoruba lecturer. So I grew up calling my parents Baba and Momo. Yeah. Baba would say he's not daddy. Okay, I'm not here to talk about Baba. So we're 7 and we had a 3-bedroom. So there is always drama. And then we had family all around. I can remember wasting a lot of food.
You are 7 children.
7 children, so
Then
that's
you had
9
family
of us.
members.
We had extended family all the time, all the time, all the time. I can remember one of the times, by the time I had grown, maybe 16, 17, 18, we cooked for 17 people in the house.
Wow.
Yeah, no party. So when
And
we
it's not
have
Christmas.
no, it wasn't Christmas. When we have birthdays, it's drama. It's, everywhere is buzzing, and there, there's something going on. My dad loves singing, dancing, so we're just like that. And then this guy finally came around and said, his nickname in school in Unilag was Lugard, Britico, Megad, Britico. This cool and collected, calm, British looking, English. Oh my God. That was one of my, how are we going to do this? It's actually like intertribal marriage if you really look at it.
Sorry. Wait, I'm lost for a bit.
Okay.
What is Yoruba now? So what is intertribal?
Should I go there? He's half Sierra Leonean actually. His mom is Sierra Leonean.
Interesting.
So he okay.
Yeah,
So
brought
he's
me out.
I brought you out, sorry.
So you are not fully from here.
Yeah.
Let's just call it like that.
Not just that, he doesn't really speak Yoruba.
Oh.
Wow. To think that your name is a popular location in Lagos. Somolu nítorí
Should we
Ọlọ́run.
edit this one?
I thought, Somolu, yes, my guy, Somolu. And to now think that you don't even,
I had to say that for you to understand when I say it's like intertribal, this is me coming from a family where my dad is Baba, where I grew up reading Yoruba novels.
And he's a Yoruba lecturer.
A Yoruba lecturer, and then I want to marry every, and then this is my first issue was this my family that I'm coming from, we're always together. That's the way Baba and Momo have brought us. Or, and so how is this guy going to cope with my sisters will come around, up to now.
They did.
They do. They do, Christmas, our children's birthday, his birthday, my birthday.
And you bake.
We're gathering.
Oh my God.
We're just enjoying, giving praise to God, singing and doing all that. Really now, everybody knows that. That would take me to in-laws, even his parents. Last December, Christmas, his parents were around. My sisters were around. In fact, the love, the grace that we have enjoyed, really, it's a lot. His parents can't call or we can't talk on the phone and they won't ask after my siblings. How is this one? How is this one? So much Christmas time, the envelope, gift, money, apart from gift, material gift, clothes, shoes, and things like that, for my siblings, it's I really don't know how to describe. So that affection, I think it's just easy if you are coming from a home where a lot of affection has been shown. Now, describing my home, would you think that I'd never seen my parents hug or kiss or anything like that? But we sure had a lot of affection. We knew that our parents, especially my dad, we knew that we were loved, as in he was more expressive. He would say it, my mom is quite quiet and all that. So growing up with that and coming into marriage with him, the way he adapted to this large family thing, I knew he wasn't comfortable, especially at the beginning, but he's a kind person. And so that's one thing I see a bit around now. You wonder, where is kindness in marriage between husband and wife? If you really love me, you will love everything that is about me. Even if you don't fully understand, you will want to show me that you care about what I care about. So it's kind of, he adjusted so well. Thank you, Deji.
She PDA now.
Yes, that's PDA.
Because the
That's
private
not
DA
Really?
is sorted. You have done a lot of private DAing.
Yes.
So this public DA has to happen.
Action, acts of service.
Wow.
So it's not just about the hugging, cuddling out there in the open. What is going on behind the scene? My sister is not feeling well. Okay, let's go and pick her up. Let's take her to the hospital. We're doing all the runs together and things like that. Things that his own sister is not here, so I can't even repay back in that same, But I'm sure that he calls his dad when he's talking with his dad. Your friend is here. Oh. I have a relationship with both my in-laws. Very, very, we can talk on and on, especially my mother-in-law. So that affection, just show that you care. If you care for your mother, just care for your husband or your spouse's parents, just like yours. I think it's that simple. It may not be easy because of different backgrounds and circumstances that might have happened.
Wow.
When her father is into drama, Yoruba music, my dad, every Sunday, my daddy used to go to church at one time. So anytime we're coming back from church, what's my dad doing? There is Mozart or Beethoven playing, and he's just come back to the flat or to the house, and he's doing like this. So I'm just trying to show you the difference. And he's doing like as if he's a conductor to the music and all that. I didn't used to like the music then, but I like them now anyway. So, but and ours was pretty conservative. we didn't ever talk about relationship, me and my sister, how. Nothing, not girlfriend, boyfriend, how. We are very, in fact, it's a very shy something. We wouldn't talk about that. I think the first time I ever told my parents about relationship, anything, was maybe my final year in Unilag. That's when I was getting involved with people and all that. But we are too much alike, which sometimes we feel is a negative. But some areas where
Different.
she likes to dance, everything. I just don't overdo this thing, just be prim and proper kind of thing. She so
Like the scatter one.
but even though I can't express myself that way, but maybe through teasing and things that I think I got that from my dad. He does that quite a lot, so that's how I show. I can yap you, but I'm showing you that I like you indirectly,
Interesting.
as long as you don't cry. But you know.
Interesting. You know, you did something now whilst you were showing him affection. You said, "Thank you, Deji." You mentioned his first name. And you know, there is this affection part of, no, you must call yourself pet names. You must say, "Hey, sugar," "Hey, sweetheart," "Hey, blah, 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 blah." Okay, so let me ask you guys. Are you like that, or you retain calling each other names? And has it made your quote-unquote love less if you do call yourselves by name?
You go first.
It's funny because our daughters, they just attacked us. Is it
On
just last week
Yeah.
or this week? Daddy, why don't you call mommy something? Why you just call her Kemi? Why? But at least she tries. She calls me D. It could
Okay.
be, well, you can define it to be darling. You can define it to be Deji. You can
I'll define it for you now.
Oh, well, as I said, it's work in progress. Why not? It's something I can. I'm still, yeah, we're 18 years late, but I can still decide, okay, why not? You know?
Okay, I want to say something about that. You know, this idea of I'm just getting married and I want to call my husband this special name, pet name, and all that. Our story is that when we got married and we stayed in his parents' place because they don't actually stay around. So they
Okay.
just come in and go, you know, like that. So at that, so of course the whole family came down for, what's the whole family now? For the wedding and all that. So they were still around. After our honeymoon, we moved in and his parents were still around. And I was too shy. I wanted to call him sweetheart. If you check my phone, his name is saved as sweetheart, you know. I wanted to call him sweetheart. That was what I wanted to call him. But I didn't know how to say that with his with his mom and his dad still around in the same house. And so I had to just go with D, which is dearest darling Deji.
Oh.
So I just
Just
said
saying
D.
this.
Are you? I tell
Dearest
the kids.
I'm on
darling
my
Deji.
knees.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, God.
dearest darling.
Oh, that's
What can be
so-
more
as in-
endearing than that?
You know,
Oh,
so of course,
dearest
when you hear it, you think it's, oh, from his name Deji. So it's D from the Deji. But I know what it means to me. So that felt safe to me. As in, I can call that his parents to just think, oh, is his name,
Code.
you know, coded like that. So that's, so I can say that is is it a plus? Is it a minus? I really wouldn't have. And when he calls me Kemi, I don't really mind. It's not a deal breaker for me. It could be a deal breaker for someone else. And that's why I always say, face your lane. Mind your business. Carry your own load. In this case, in this situation, is it okay? If I wasn't okay with it, I was you can't call me that. You can't call me that, you know. But it's not a deal breaker for me because every other thing I need, I'm getting. I'm getting the affection. That I was reminded of that bake fail I had. I was supposed to bake some cakes for it was his office then, and I was walking through the night, and I checked these cakes, rich fruit cakes, you know. I checked, I said, oh, in the next 10 minutes, I was tired. And then I said, I won't lie down, let me just rest here. I woke up like an hour and a half after.
Okay.
As I jumped up, I started shouting, oh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I ran out of our compound. I turned off the oven. Oh. Then I didn't even check. I knew it was gone. It was burnt. So I was now running. I was now walking. I was just, oh, Jesus. My heart was paining me. I didn't even get myself. And he just came and held me in position. It's okay. It's okay. It was more than gold to me. I immediately, after I calmed down, I baked another batch that same before morning, and he had to take it to work, you know, just that it was still a bit hot and all that. You know, that is it for me. So I'm okay with you calling my name Kemi. Yeah, it's the name my parents gave me anyway, so why not? But really, it's sweet to have a pet name, because when you have disagreements, it's not easy to say, honey, well, I don't know how easy that can be. Honey, what do you think you're doing? You know, so pet names are good, but always ask, why am I doing what I'm doing? Is it because everybody is doing that? So, if it's because everybody is doing that, one day it will fail. The real thing will come out. You can call somebody by name and give them their due respect, and they will still feel with enough affection, they will be secure and it will be okay. Wow. Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
You are the true daughter of your father. You are so dramatic.
Oh my God.
Like, it's so beautiful to watch, from staying apart to jump. They have PDA private, PDA public.
I'm living here totally with a new mind that affection is not public. In fact, affection should actually not be a public thing. It is first an internal thing, a private thing. And the private thing will just naturally bubble up all the public things that you have shown us here, calling him dearest, darling, Deji.
Wow.
Oh, you didn't know that? I didn't know that.
I knew it's darling or Deji. I didn't know it's
a lot of decoding on set, which is good.
We'll go on a short break and we'll be right back. Thank you. Just a very short break. Don't go anywhere.
We're still with the Somolus, and it has been an amazing time. We've learnt about private display of affection, public display of affection, stories behind, and as in really amazing time. So, sir.
On 2 occasions, our story, she has explained how you rose to the occasion. You were a superman, and she received affection, and she was comforted by her dearest, darling, Deji. It sounds like a superhero name. Sir, please, how has she, I don't want to say payback, because it's not really supposed to be about payback, but how has she shown you affection in ways that you can recount and probably share with us? Yes.
Let me see. This is a toughie. Okay. Let me say she's been there to have my back. There's even a time she even was selling recharge cards. That was 2000 and what? She was actually selling it, and when salaries was not coming in and all of that, and I'm just saying, if she was another type of woman now, I will not hear the end of it. I mean, I will, and she's always been there. Challenges. The other time we had a do, and we were supposed to organize a function, and the money that was supposed to come in from different people were not coming in at the same time. And I could have just told the people in charge that, look, people have not dropped money, we can't have it. But, and that would be because I'm the head of that, unit, and it would have been I don't think it's a plus. But she went out of her way to find how we can get this thing done, even from some of the things we had at home. And so at the end of the day, it was a success, but she's covered my shame in that way. And I really appreciate that about her. So I should come to her to answer. But okay, see, I would probably want to verbalize it and
Write a poem.
Or I can write about it. I write once in a while on Facebook here and there. That's the way I express. For example, I don't really like, I'm sure she should know, but I don't really like sharing my food. When we started, and husband and wife eating
together.
When it's eating, I like. It is like going to the toilet. I just want to be.
Oh my God, did you have to say this?
I just love to eat by myself. Not that I don't want to share, but
But you do it now.
We don't.
we don't really do it. But
Usually we don't.
because I don't really. I want to just eat, and I don't know. It's something.
It's sacred.
Yes,
More like
Eating
sacred.
and a visitor comes, you stop. So for you to be in the house and my husband is eating, you are more than a visitor. You are family.
Wow.
That's it.
Yes,
That's
yes.
that.
But sir, because we are talking about affection,
Yes.
and you have said you are a copywriter.
Yes.
That was, you are good with lines and pickups and all of that. So, Eunice, will it be fair that it doesn't verbalize? You said it now.
No.
too. You,
Right. Right. I can write it in. I
Are
can
you
send it to you
saying
later.
that you cannot verbalize to her here some sweet, sweet things? I mean, she just called you dearest, darling, Deji.
I'm waiting.
Wahala.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I like
Ah.
this. Yeah, no.
Hi. What I escaped in our couples event, I was cut off with you.
Yes.
Ah. You're my chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anybody else can feel the shoes you're feeling in my life, and I'm truly grateful that you're mine.
Oh, you are my chemistry. Her name is Kevin. You are my chemistry. Hey.
Like I'm lost for words. I really don't know what to say.
I'm laughing. I'm teary. I'm excited. I mean, you guys are.
This is so beautiful. We also know how to show affection in covenant marriages,
Yes,
don't we?
we do.
We
I'm
do.
sure.
And as a, well, not chemistry,
As in physics.
as a, oh, I need to say it first. Oh, wow.
This is
So lovely.
beautiful.
Wow.
So what are you trying to do? Face your chemistry.
So on behalf of covenant marriages,
And this is PDA. What are you saying? It's PDA.
yes,
You just did this.
we like to present this to you.
Gosh.
Congratulations on your 18th anniversary. You are both amazing couple.
Oh, this is lovely.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
I'll say, is it that they look for a picture from Facebook that they're going to show us? Yeah, just what we took over here.
good.
now.
It is
Oh.
beautiful.
And that is how we say thank you.
Oh,
Thank you
for
so
thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you for taking our time. I mean, we should thank you much more for taking our time to be with us, despite the fact that today is a big day for your first child. you know, and giving a very balanced, personal, but yet true account of what affection is not all about. I hope that you've had a great time. No, we hope, no, we trust that you have had a great time. Now, until we meet again next time, please do have a great day. Share this video, comment, like. I mean, there's a lot to say, but bye for now.